Okay, so this is like an introduction to the Ngoni, or otherwise known as Xalam, as I've heard it called. And Xalam is spelled Xalam, and that's kind of in the language, the Mandinka or Wolof language. Now these are predominantly seen in West Africa. This particular one, the hide, which is made from goat, is made in the Gambia. I've got another one here, it's a little bit more traditional, and this one here is made in the northern Senegal. And I have another one I use for concerts, which is made in Mali, in Bamako. So this one here is made out of cow's hide, which is a bit tougher than the goat hide. It's got a stick, and this traditional one has, as my other one from Mali, has little leather straps which you can push up to tune the string, the two main strings. So basically the way Ngoni works is you have two main strings, okay, and as you can see these strings go right up to the end here, and this has, by the way, this has tuning pegs and these are my fretting strings. Now this Ngoni's got 5 strings, so you've got the two main strings, you've got one high string almost like a banjo up here, and then you've got 2 higher strings which you cannot fret but are kind of just open strings, and these are tuned to A and C. So I've got a G note on the high G. Now the 2 fretting ones are D and G, that's a G, and then AC. So G, D, G, A, C. So that's a 5-string Ngoni. Ngonis come in various amounts of strings, and the most common are 7, 5, which I tend to play, and 4. And the reason I like the 5-string Ngoni is because I kind of more or less play it like a G major tuning that I use for slide guitar. So some of that kind of way of playing has come to my Ngoni playing. So just to give you a bit of a demonstration how I kind of think of the Ngoni with this tuning. So I've got a high G here, and then I've got a D, my fretting note, and a G. So what I do is I'm thinking in the key of G. So I've got a root, I've got a 5th, I've got a root, I've got a 9th, and I've got a 4th. C is a 4th, or 11th interval. So here we go, that's a G and that's a G. So if I'm fretting it here more or less in the middle, on the D string, that gives me a G. So I've got 2 Gs there. Now if I do the pentatonic scale on the D string, I've got these notes. So that would be, there's a G, there's an F, and a B flat. And it's the same here, I've got a G, so I've got a G, a B flat, a G, a C, and a D. Okay? And you can see there's a low D and there's a high D. So we can do a simple riff, like if I was doing something in 6, so it could be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's really just with those two notes, with the F and the B flat. So you can kind of more or less see it like you know, quite a bluesy instrument. And when you come in with the little embellishments, then you can start building more of an African feel there. Or for example in 4. So really it's a really cool instrument. Just with those two notes and simple riffs, it can sound really effective. One thing we're going to look at in lesson 2 when we learn a traditional African song, I'm using a push down on my first finger, and I play the Ngoni with 2 fingers, my thumb and my first finger. So I'm pulling up on the string, I'm plucking the string, but I'm also pushing. So in that last riff I just played there, you can see this here. I don't know if I can play this in the funny position. Here we go, so you can see. There's the push down. So that push. So you can see that's kind of like a thing you've got to develop, maybe the muscles in your first finger. I don't have any nail here, but I've got one friend who probably watched this video. He has a plastic kind of thing that he uses as a nail that he slips on his finger, but generally you need a nice nail there in order to really get a nice tone on these high strings, for example. But we'll look at that in later lessons. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and lesson 2 will be up soon.